Alcohol won't just make you feel hungover, it will destroy your life. Luckily for me, I quit over 5 years ago and I'm here to tell the tale. What I'm about to share in this video could potentially offend you. Some of the things I might say are controversial, so if you're not willing to sit through the video, that's completely fine. I urge you to leave. But if you're ready to make lasting change and be persuaded to quit alcohol, then stay with me because this video is for you. So let's get into the 5 harsh truths about alcohol. Just bear with me when I read my notes because I haven't scripted this video, so I want to kind of go freestyle. You're destroying your self-respect. Now, no notes are needed for this one. Buckle in, guys. Right, put it this way, right? If you're going out making a tit out of yourself, how do you expect anybody else to respect you? I'm going to tell you a great little story, right? I shouldn't probably really tell this, but I'm going to tell it anyway. It was like 2016, in the height of my cocaine years, and there was a Christmas party. So I got a job with this company. I shouldn't really say their name. I probably won't say their name. But I was like the apprentice, and I was working with this guy who was like 45. Then I was working with this other guy who was like 31. I was like 26 at the time. I remember we went bowling. So I turned up to this bowling party. I'd already had a bag of cocaine in my pocket. Had like a gram of pure, which is like 100 quid. So it was quite expensive for me back then because I was on apprentice wage. And I remember I was like doing keys of Coke. We were drinking pints. I was with the supervisor. He wasn't doing Coke. I think only me and the 2 guys that I work closely with were doing it. And I remember going to the toilet and they asked me for a key. So I passed them the bag of Coke. The bag of Coke gets passed under the toilet to me. And it's like, it's wet. There's nothing in there. Like 100 quid's worth of stuff has gone. And I was like, how can they disrespect me? Like, you know, I'm giving them my stuff and they've done this to me. And I just thought, like, looking back at me then, like, what was I doing? Like, I'm 26. I'm doing Coke at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, going bowling on a Christmas party. How are they ever going to respect me? And this goes to you. If you're drinking and taking drugs and smoking, not looking after your body, how do you expect anyone to respect you? I've had so many relationships in the past, so many friendships where, you know, I've given a lot and not had a lot back. And looking back at that Ben, what is there to respect? Now, I have a lot of respect for myself. I respect my time. There's been a couple of people I've met lately. If they say anything or do anything, whether that's friendships or dating, I am out. I will not give them any more of my time. So unless you start respecting your time, which means if you were drinking and taking drugs, that is not respectful of your time. So do not expect anyone else to respect you until you respect yourself. This is something that people will not like to admit. It's very true. You're escaping your reality. Now, I'm 5 years sober, and it's only been in the last 2 years or so that I can actually look back at my life, look back at the times I was drinking, taking cocaine, partying, and think to myself, yeah, I was actually escaping my life. At the time, I actually just thought I was having a good time. Maybe I was having a good time, but I have come to realize now, in these years of being sober, now I'm actually present, building something for the future. I realized back then I had nothing going for me. I had a job, I was in decent shape, I had a girlfriend, blah, de, blah, de, blah. But I wasn't building something that actually fulfilled me. And I don't want to be like that guy who's like, oh yeah, like, you know, find your purpose, all that crap, blah, blah, blah. But I am. I am building a YouTube channel. I'm coaching people to quit alcohol, and I've had good results with people. And this isn't a pitch. This is just what is happening in my life right now. And I look back and I think, yeah, it's pretty cool. I've managed to help that person. More importantly, I've managed to help myself, because if you can't help yourself, how can you help other people? And I look back at the time where I was training to be an electrician, which I have no diss against people who work a 9 to 5, who work a trade or work in a shop, because we need them people. And if you're somebody who is doing that and you're happy and you've got a family, then that's great. You know, you're happy doing what you're doing. But for me, there was something inside me that wasn't happy about going to work, working for someone else, being on a construction site. I don't like to work or spend time with people that I don't actually like. And it's only now I've been able to realize that I was being stuck in a place. My friend actually called this the human zoo. So, you go to a construction site, you work on the tools, it's noisy. All the people are pretty crazy because you've got to be working on a construction site. And yeah, I wasn't very happy. So every single Friday, sometimes even Thursdays, pretty much every Saturday, I would just gravitate to drink and drugs because I was escaping my life. If you're somebody who's quit alcohol or is quitting alcohol, I think as you get further down the road, you'll look back at your life and say, yeah, I definitely wasn't happy. Because otherwise, why would you be escaping reality if you were happy? Next up, guys, is you are sacrificing your potential. Hangovers aren't just lost mornings, they're lost years. It's the time, energy, and focus you could have spent building a better life. Now, I've come to the conclusion, I'm living in Vietnam. I have a lot of time free. I could spend all this time making loads of content, reaching out to people, trying to coach them, blah, blah, blah. But I've realized energy is the main thing. We have a lot of time, but we don't have the energy to be able to do what we want with that time. I've said this before, when you go out drinking, it's the day that you drink, which is a complete write-off. It's the day after that you're hungover, that's a write-off. The day after, where you're still not 100%, that's a write-off. So if you look at Friday drinking, Saturday hungover, Sunday not getting prepared for the Monday, you are literally just losing a whole week just by that one occasion of drinking. Now, over 10 years, that is a lot of potential. Imagine you lose 40% of your week every single week. Over 10 years, that's 4 years of potential that you've just thrown away. And if you don't have what you want in life, that is probably where it's gone. Look, if you're sick of throwing away your potential, then you need to subtract what isn't serving you. Given that you're here, that's probably alcohol and drugs. And I'm going to give you free access to my 7-day video sober course. It is now free for a limited time only. I'll leave the link below in the description. Check it out. Next up, it is you're teaching everyone around you how to treat you. So this ties back into destroying your self-respect, but I have a little bit written on this, so stay with me. Your habits set your standards. Drinking signals to your partner, kids and friends, and even colleagues what you tolerate, and they'll mirror it back to you. Put it this way. Imagine you're somebody now who's repeatedly tried to quit alcohol or cocaine or both. You said to your wife, partner, boss, friends, whoever it is, this time I'm going to stop. Then you stop for a few days. You find it hard to maintain sobriety because quitting is the easy part. Staying sober is the hard part. You fall back on your promise. Then they just look at you and they just have a little bit less respect for you. Or on the flip side, you're somebody now who's 6 months in your journey. You've said, right, to my wife, I'm going to stop drinking. You stop drinking for 6 months. All of a sudden, they look up to you, not down to you. That is just an analogy, but you control how people view you. You set the standards of how people view you. So whatever it is in life, if you say that you're going to do something, do it, because it will affect the way people treat you. And the last one is something that I like to take very good care of: my health and the way I look. When you were drinking alcohol and you were taking drugs, you were most likely eating junk food and smoking cigarettes. This all has a bearing on how you look. Reason being, because smoking, drinking, not sleeping affects your skin, also affects your energy, makes you lazy, makes you not go to the gym. And if you're not going to the gym and you're a person who is past 30, you are going to lose a lot of muscle mass and you're going to gain a lot of weight. Alcohol not only destroys the way you see yourself, but it also destroys the way you see yourself in the mirror. And I'm a very vain person. When I look in the mirror and I don't look great, I don't feel good about myself. I want to look the best that I can. I want to show up the best that I can. And I want people to see me and think, that guy's in good shape and he's got his shit together. So yes, alcohol destroys your brain. It destroys your potential. It destroys the way people see you and treat you. But it also just destroys the way that you look. I always say this: no craving, no problem. And I've got a full video and you can watch it here.